There's something almost magical about the beginning of a new year. People sit down with notebooks, planners, or the Notes app on their phone and write lists filled with hope. New habits, new routines, new goals, new identities. The desire for change feels powerful, almost like a tide. This year will be different. This year I'll finally become who I'm meant to be. But then something strange happens. Weeks pass, sometimes days, and the resolutions begin to fade. The motivation slips. The new habits disappear. The routines collapse. The excitement dissolves into a familiar disappointment. And people start thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just stick to the things I know I want? The answer to this question has almost nothing to do with discipline or motivation. And it has everything to do with childhood. A person's resolutions are not created in January. They are created in childhood. The way someone approaches change, commitment, failure, success, pressure, structure, and self-worth is shaped by experiences they barely remember. The adult self writes resolutions. The inner child decides whether they're safe to follow. Every resolution a person sets is like a wish whispered by the adult self. But every resolution a person breaks is like a fear whispered by the child self. And the two are almost always in conflict. To understand why someone struggles to stick to their goals, we need to understand the child who learned what was safe, what was dangerous, what was acceptable, and what brought pain. Let's start with something simple. Motivation is emotional, not logical. The logical adult might say, I want to wake up early, exercise, eat better, meditate, be more productive. But the emotional child might associate those very habits with pressure, punishment, shame, or perfectionism. If waking up early was associated with a strict parent, or if being productive was linked to worthiness, or if relaxing was labeled lazy, or if the child learned that no matter how hard they tried it was never enough, then new habits feel like stepping into an old wound, and the body resists. This is why someone can feel deeply inspired in January, but still fall into the same habits by February. Their resolutions are not failing. Their nervous system is protecting them. Let's go deeper. Childhood teaches a person who they have to be in order to be loved. For some people, they had to be responsible. For others, quiet. For others, exceptional. For others, invisible. For others, peacemakers. For others, strong, selfless, pleasing, perfect, or useful. These early identities form the blueprint for adulthood. And when a resolution threatens that blueprint, the body says no before the mind even has time to think. For example, if someone grew up in a chaotic household where they had to manage emotions, solve problems, or take care of others, then resolutions like focus on myself, prioritize my needs, or rest more will feel wrong. Not logically wrong, emotionally wrong. Because rest, in their childhood, was dangerous. If they rested, chaos grew. If they put themselves first, someone else suffered. Their body learned that survival required constant vigilance. Now, as an adult, the moment they try to rest, something inside them tightens. They feel guilty, restless, uncomfortable. They sabotage the very habits that would heal them, because rest feels like abandoning the role that once kept them safe. On the other hand, imagine someone whose childhood was highly controlled. Maybe every moment was scheduled. Maybe their caregivers demanded perfection. Maybe they were praised only when they excelled. For this person, resolutions like wake up at 5 a.m. every day, work out daily, read 3 books a month, or push myself harder activate old wounds. Their inner child remembers the pressure, the criticism, the impossible expectations. So the moment they try to build a disciplined routine, their body rebels. They procrastinate. They avoid. They forget. They give up. Not because they lack discipline, but because their childhood taught them that discipline equals pressure and pressure equals pain. Childhood shapes not only the content of resolutions, but the emotional reaction to them. Some people fear success because success, in childhood, attracted resentment or jealousy. Some fear visibility because visibility once meant criticism. Some fear consistency because consistency was never safe. Some fear change because change always brought instability. Some fear trying because trying led to shame when they failed. Every resolution a person sets is filtered through these emotional memories. Now let's explore a deeper layer, the identity conflict. Resolutions are often attempts to become a new version of oneself. But identity is sticky. Identity is loyal. Identity is protective. An identity forms in childhood. If someone learned they were the quiet one, the shy one, the helper, the funny one, the smart one, the anxious one, the problem solver, the strong one, or the one who holds everything together, then resolutions that challenge those roles feel like a threat. The inner child thinks, if I stop playing this role, who will I be? And will I still be loved? So instead of changing, the person returns to the identity that felt safe, even when it limits them. This is why many resolutions fail. They require an identity shift that the inner child is not ready for. Let's use an example. Imagine a person named Daniel. Daniel's resolution is to set better boundaries and stop saying yes to things he doesn't want to do. But as a child, Daniel learned that being agreeable kept him safe. Saying no brought conflict. Expressing needs brought anger. Holding boundaries meant rejection. Daniel's adult mind wants boundaries. His child mind wants safety. When those two parts disagree, the child wins. So in January, Daniel says, "This year I will say no more." And in February, he's saying yes to everything again. Not because he lacks courage, but because his child self learned that boundaries equal danger. Another example, imagine a person named Maya. Her resolution is to take her creative dreams seriously this year. But as a child, creativity was mocked. She was told to be realistic. Her ideas were dismissed. Now, every time she tries to create, her inner child whispers, "Don't try. Don't shine. Don't expose yourself. It's safer to stay small." And so she procrastinates. Not because she doesn't want it, but because part of her believes she won't survive the vulnerability that creativity requires. Let's bring in the nervous system. Childhood teaches the body what safe feels like. And whatever felt familiar becomes the template, even if it was dysfunctional. So if inconsistency was familiar, consistency feels threatening. If chaos was familiar, calm feels suspicious. If overworking was familiar, rest feels uncomfortable. If self-sacrifice was familiar, self-care feels selfish. The nervous system is not logical. It prioritizes what it knows, not what is good. This is why someone can consciously desire a new life, but subconsciously cling to the old one. Their body is loyal to what it knows. Let's touch on shame, one of the deepest forces shaping New Year resolutions. Many people's resolutions are actually born from shame, not desire. Shame learned in childhood. Shame for not being enough. Shame for being too much. Shame for failing. Shame for feeling the wrong emotions. Shame for having needs. Shame creates resolutions like, I will fix myself this year. I will finally be worthy. I will stop being a disappointment. I will become the person people expect me to be. But anything born from shame is built on shaky ground. Shame doesn't motivate. It paralyzes. The person tries for a few days, then collapses under the weight of their own expectations. And they think they failed. But what actually failed was the emotional foundation, not them. Now, let's bring in the spiritual dimension. From a spiritual perspective, resolutions that come from the ego tend to collapse. Resolutions that come from the soul tend to endure. The soul doesn't speak in tasks or goals. It speaks in desires, longings, intuition, direction. The soul doesn't say, wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. It says, come home to yourself. Create space for clarity. Care for the body that carries you. Move toward what expands you. When resolutions align with the soul, the body cooperates. When resolutions come from fear, comparison, or shame, the body resists. So the real question is not, why can't I stick to my resolutions? The real question is, which part of me wrote them? The adult? The child? The ego? The wounded self? The perfectionist? The fearful one? Or the deeper self who knows what I am here to become? Now let's move into the framework, a gentle, introspective structure to help someone align their resolutions with the deeper parts of themselves, so change becomes possible instead of painful. This framework is not about forcing discipline. It is about healing the emotional blocks underneath the pattern. The first step is recognition. Before writing or committing to any resolution, ask, whose voice is this? If the resolution feels heavy, pressured, anxious, or rooted in fear, it is likely the voice of a wounded part of you. But if it feels expansive, soft, meaningful, or grounded, it is coming from your deeper self. The second step is inquiry. Ask your inner child, what part of this change feels unsafe for you? Sit quietly and wait for the answer. You might hear, "I'm scared to be seen," or "I don't want to fail again," or "I'm afraid people won't love me if I change," or "Success feels lonely," or "Every time I try, I get hurt." Whatever answer comes, don't judge it. Honor it. This is the emotion that has been shaping your behavior all along. The third step is reassurance. The inner child needs reassurance, not pressure. You can say inwardly, "I hear you. I'm not here to force you. I'm here to protect you now. We can do this together." Safety is the prerequisite for change. The fourth step is reduction. Shrink the resolution into something gentle. Instead of work out every day, try move my body gently. Instead of be more productive, try do one thing mindfully. Instead of wake up at 5 a.m., try start my mornings with intention. Smallness is not weakness. Smallness is how the nervous system learns safety. The fifth step is emotional cleanup. Ask, what belief from childhood is making this hard? Maybe it's, "I'm not good enough. I will fail anyway. If I change, I lose people. If I rest, I'm lazy." Once you name the belief, question it. Is this still true? Often it isn't. The sixth step is identity alignment. Instead of forcing behavior, ask, who do I want to become? Identity drives behavior, not the other way around. If someone sees themselves as the one who always gives up, they will give up. If they see themselves as the one who tries gently, they will try gently. Shifting identity is far more effective than writing long lists of goals. The seventh step is integration. This means taking one gentle action that does not trigger the nervous system. One small step, one micro-expression of the new identity. When the body experiences safe change, it begins to trust change. And finally, the eighth step is compassion. Resolutions fail because people shame themselves. But shame never builds anything. Compassion does. Compassion is what allows someone to try again without collapsing. Compassion is what allows the child self to feel safe in the presence of the adult self. Compassion transforms change from punishment into healing. So the next time you struggle with your resolutions, remember, you are not failing. You are meeting the emotional architecture of your childhood, and you are invited to build a new internal home where change feels safe instead of scary. If this message resonated with you, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. None of us explore the depths of our childhood alone. We walk through it together, gently, honestly, and with awareness.